Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and today has been a long-awaited video that I was supposed to put out in January, but when I tell you drawing your main character for the world for your webtoon is not for the weak, it's not for the weak. Okay, it's been a struggle, y'all, and that's why it took so long. I have been second guessing myself, doubting myself, and I've been just watching tutorial after tutorial after tutorial to prepare myself so that, I could show up in a way that I would be proud of. And I am proud of the work and the growth that I have and what I'm going to show you. So, if you didn't catch it, I am making a webtoon, and this is my main character, Shay Dubios. And I'm saying this now, I'm putting it out there so that I have a deadline that I'm going to publish in April. And I have a lot to do in a little bit of time, but I could do it. Shay, where do I start? I made Shay years ago. When I say years ago, this is prior to me coming to Korea. And the story has evolved as of late. And when I tell you, it has evolved, it's like when you're writing, sometimes the characters have a mind of their own and they just do their own thing. Okay? And that's what happened. And Shay is complex. She's an onion. She is warm, she's protective, and she's creative. And I'm going to show you a range of her emotions and do some figure drawing so you could see her body shape. And I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, okay? In the words of Miss Erykah Badu, okay? I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my ish. Okay, so physical attributes, Shay has freckles. She has beautiful big brown eyes, a cute little nose, and it's not like little, but it's like really cute. She has full lips, thick eyebrows, and she rocks her natural hair. Shay is this character that has a little bit of me in her, and I think a lot of my main characters in the future will have a bit of me. Honestly, writing this was a little bit therapeutic at the same time. But let me just explain who Shay is. Shay is this beautiful, tall, curvy black woman who has started to make a name for herself in the art and magazine world. Her mother is a world-renowned fashion designer with inclusive sizing, and her sperm donor, she does not look at this man as a father. He is a world-renowned surgeon. So she has a level of privilege, and she knows that because of her parents and the hard work that they put in. But let's be real, she's still a black woman in this world, okay? But she has worked hard for what she has. So even though she has and was raised in privilege, her mother was like, no, I had to work, you had to work. And she is a product of divorce, which is why she does not call that man her father. She saw how beautiful love could be, and then she saw how ugly and hateful and painful it could be. And she was a casualty of that. And every time she tried to open up to love, she was hurt in such painful ways. And so at this moment in her life, when you meet her, she's still healing, but she's just like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm focused on myself, focused on my career and my life and my friends and my cat type of vibe, And this story is called Shay Struggles, and she does struggle with a few things. And one of those things are holding grudges. Okay, Shay is the type of person that she is warm and loving and kind until you cross her. And then she sets up very hard line boundaries where you could not exist to her. That's just how it is for her. You hurt her, she puts that moment in a box in her brain, and then she shuts it down. And you could be around her and she would act like you do not exist, because in her world you are no longer someone who she needs to waste energy on. And that could come off harsh, like, oh, she's so cold, she's not understanding. But it is also a level of protection, right? Because a lot of people will play in your face, and she's like, I'm not here for that. You're not going to be playing in my face. And so holding grudges and forgiveness is something that she will be working through in this story. I know that when I make my stories, I'm not sure if you know this, but if you do know me and you know this, when I make a story, it plays out like a movie in my head. And things that I see and music that I listen to help bring out that story. And I had very clear route for this story, and then it took a turn, because when you're in the middle of writing and you have a good vibe going, you let your characters lead. And it was a turn, baby. It was lots of turns. And but coming back to it, she grew in that process. And it's a story of growth. So writing the outline and making a vision board and figuring out the character attributes and details down to the nitty gritty will really help in defining who she is. And this story starts out as Shay getting ready for her best friend's wedding. And it's 2 weeks before the wedding, and a lot of stuff happens in that 2 weeks. When I was thinking about what type of story this was, I was thinking in reference of movies, right? And it reminded me of that Jason Bateman movie where his father passed away and they all had to sit Shiva. And then I realized this is a melodrama rom-com type of thing. And it helped, knowing that helped me decide on the things that were going to happen, and how they were going to happen, and how I want to express those things. When I initially decided that I wanted to write, this was when I was in university, and I had no idea how to write. At first, I wanted to write a book and be a novelist, and I struggled with taking what I saw and putting it into words. And then eventually I realized that I could do webtoons and comic books and things of that nature. But when I first started out and I didn't know how to write, I decided to read, I think it was like 200 or 300 books in a year, something like that. And I did. Ooh, I did. And it was a lot of romance books. But as I've grown and what I read has expanded, my story ideas have expanded. And I want to start off with my webtoon with where I started off in my writing. And that was with romance. And this is melodrama rom-com. And then go from there. And I really do hope you guys like the story. And I hope that I like it. So, Shay when I think about her and who she is in the workplace, she can have fun, but she is always in the zone. She has this creative bug in her that needs to be fully blossomed and expressed. And that is what made her so freaking fierce in her career. She started out in photography, and with the help of her mom, just being at the photo shoots, she learned so much. And when she got her first camera, she just fell in love with it, you know. And then she took a break after graduating, high school, and she traveled with her mom, and she took photos and filmed and really immersed herself into her love for photography. And when she went to university, she started to fall in love with graphic design as well. And if you don't know, that's what I started out as, a graphic designer, before I moved to South Korea to be a teacher. And I hated it. But Shay loves it. And it reminds me of the students that, I was in class with, who would jones for like graphic design. And I was just like, it's just fun. But she loves it. And she's so good at it that she is the youngest features lead. And in the magazine company that she's in, she's a team lead, and she's the youngest team lead, and she snagged the golden goose, and that is features. And everyone wants to do features. And when I was me personally, when I was a graphic designer, I did magazines. And features are really big. They like have the most beautiful photos and really captivating stories. And in the magazine world, a lot of people want the features, right? Front of the book is cool, back of the book is cool, but like features, it's something else, And so she has it, and a lot of people want it and don't think that she deserves it, because one, she's young, and two, when they eventually found out who her mom was, they felt like she didn't deserve it. She bought her way there. And time again, she has to prove herself. And she has to prove herself as a Black woman, but also prove herself as a Nepo baby. Like, I earned my spot, and there's nothing you could do to take it from me. And when I tell you, homegirl has the confidence and the goal and every single thing that says I got it, because she knows she got it. She was raised with so much affirmation and self-love that you can't tell her nothing. And the way that she's so unbothered by people, especially when she's decided that you are not worth her time. And I know that sounds cold, but in life, there are some people, arguing is not worth your time. Talking to them is not worth your time, because they will drain you. There are some people in this world who are straight bloodsuckers, and they will drain you. And Shay has tapped into that. And she's like, you know what? I'm not giving that my time and energy. So it's better to ignore you unless I have to talk to you. And so she's very unbothered in her work. People are messy. People are shady. This is the fashion industry. This is magazine and art world. And she is like, you don't move me. You don't scare me. You can't do nothing to me. And that's why, like, in these emotions, they range, because it's real tea. Like, she's annoyed. She's angry, she's irritated, she's frustrated. And you might see it on her face, but guess what? Give her a second. Her face will go right back to neutral. And she'll be like, okay, are we done here? So, honestly, Shay is a lot of who I aspire to be. There's still things that I'm working on as a person, and Shay has some qualities that I want to have. Unbothered. And she experiences some things that I've experienced, and I don't want to give it away. But when I was writing it, y'all, it was healing. It was healing. I don't want to get emotional. There's something about when you're writing and you know the perspective of the character that you're writing for. You personally know it, and you watch them overcome something that is just really moving. So I know I've been talking a lot. So I'm gonna just let the music play and vibe out, and I'll come back with you guys later. So a lot of what has been drawn, I've sped it up because when I originally put this in, this video was going to be like 2 hours, and I did cut some things out, so you're not going to see every last single detail, but I did want to give you a gist of what's happening. And so I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. And I know this took so long. I am really, really, really trying to be better at this. I know. But there will be more videos to come. But anyway, thank you guys. I can't wait to show you more characters. Stay tuned. And this is just the start of something amazing. I feel it. And before I sound off, let me just tell you that whether you believe in God or not, just know when you're on the path of what you're supposed to do, you are constantly going to get roadblocks. The devil will work overtime. And when I tell you the devil works overtime, the amount of self-doubt and insecurities that I felt while putting this together, watching all the tutorials to make sure that I felt comfortable with where I was, and then after that, feeling exhausted, feeling unmotivated. And then when I was in the groove and doing well, then my phone didn't have enough storage, my iPad didn't have enough storage. And then when I fixed that and I started getting in the groove again, I got sick. And then the next thing is I'm recovering, and then all of a sudden I have pain in my arms, and I have nerve pain, and so sometimes it'll flare up and it's really uncomfortable to write and to draw, so I have to take another break. And it's just and something else and something else, and it just is thinking, and another one, thank you, and another one, thank you. And I'm just I can't catch a break. But if you continue to push through, you'll get to the other side and you'll have the last laugh, because the devil ain't get you today, sis. He ain't get you today. Okay? And in the words of Mr. Cassius Clay, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Can't touch me. And so no matter how many obstacles I had to go over and to get through just to get to here, I'm here. Ain't nobody weighing me down. Ain't nobody stopping me. And I have more for you guys to see. So thank you. Bye.